This video was brought to you in part by the supporters of the AMTV Patreon. Thank you. Hi there guys, it's Adam Martyn here, and welcome back, after long last, to the Sunday Catch-Up, the first of the 2021 Christmas specials. If this is coming as a bit of a surprise to you, I did announce in my Christmas on AMTV video that the Sunday Catch-Up would be returning for a few Christmas specials, so I have all of the questions lined up from the comment section of that video, and just to say, if you want your questions answered in the second Sunday Catch-Up Christmas special, leave them in the comments down below. Maximum of 3 questions, please, per user. But for now, I can't believe I'm saying this, it's felt like such a long time, but let's get into your questions. So the first one is coming from Alex McCune, who says, who is more scary of the Weathergins, Frice or Norwin? I'd have to, from memory, I think I'd have to probably say Norwin. He was probably the one that scared me the most. Kenzie Retro says, what is the best Christmas you've had? I mean, I've been very lucky to have a lot of wonderful Christmases. The one that springs to mind, I think, was around 2003, 2004. I remember I wanted this air hockey table, not like, big enough for a kid, but I wanted an air hockey table, basically, and I was very lucky to get one, so that kept me entertained for years, and I think I got my PlayStation 2 that year, so that was very special. And any Christmas movies you consider overrated, and yours is Elf. Elf does get a lot of praise. I do quite enjoy Elf. One, I think, and I think it's because I've not seen it fully. Love Actually seems to get a lot of hype, though I'm sure if I see it, maybe I'll subscribe to the hype. But no, there's not a Christmas movie that jumps to mind for being overrated. And any Christmas traditions your family have every year. The main one that we have is on Christmas Eve. We always like to go to the cinema as a family to see a film. When we were younger, I'd argue it was easier in the mid to late 2000s to see a Christmas-centric film. There always seemed to be a spate of new ones every year. In recent years, it's just sort of been any film that takes our fancy. You know, we've seen everything from like Star Wars to the latest Marvel or DC movie, but we like to go to the cinema. We didn't get to do that last year, obviously, because of the pandemic, and this year I'm not sure how feasible it will be, but we always like to watch a movie together. Junior Home Entertainment says, what is your best Christmas gift ever? I think the air hockey table, that's got to be up there, hasn't it? But one last year that was really special. My girlfriend Rebecca made me a jar of joy, which was a jar where she'd folded up, I think it was 70 little post-it notes with really lovely messages on them. And that has brightened my day several times during 2021. So Rebecca, if you're watching, thank you very much. And when will the Sunday Catch-Up return properly? I'm not sure if it will. I was very content when I got to 100 that would be it, as it were. I mean, 100's a lot of episodes, and I wanted to do other things at the time. Maybe I'll return it sort of ad hoc, or maybe I'll introduce it as a segment on the live streams that I've been doing recently. But at the minute, I'm not sure if it's ever going to return like properly, as in like one a week. And what is your Christmas tradition? Well, I don't have any, I guess, like on my own, although I do have one with my brother on Christmas Eve. We do like to watch a VHS movie together for no other reason than I think we started it one year and it's just sort of rolled on. We've done that for about 10 years now, so provided we both can, we'll probably stick on a movie we've got on VHS. DJF Vlog says, favourite now Christmas album. I actually did quite enjoy the recent one, particularly the vinyl release of that. I think the track selection was really, really good, so yeah, probably the latest release. Favourite Christmas food? That's a good question. My favourite Christmas food, I do like a mince pie, quite partial to a mince pie. And favourite Christmas TV show? I tend not to watch much TV at Christmas. Obviously, I used to watch Doctor Who when it was on at Christmas Day. That doesn't really happen anymore, but I don't really have like a favourite Christmas TV show. I like the little specials they do, like the animated ones, so like the Snowman and things like that. Jake the Robo Nerd says, just a thought, would you consider doing an ident review extra for the BBC Two Stings? I'd be a bit hesitant because they're more stings than they are idents, but I'd never rule it out. EMP Everything Mario Pro says, how are you today? I'm not doing too bad, you know, I'm feeling good, feeling fresh, ready to tackle the day. And have you played the new Pokemon games that came out? Were they the remakes of Diamond and Pearl? I've never really been a Pokemon guy, I was always a Yu-Gi-Oh kid, so I've not really played them, I'm afraid. And what do you think of Windows 11? I'm using Mac, so I'm not a Windows guy, and I've heard you can run Windows on a Mac, but then some people have said it can like brick your computer, and I don't want to do that. Calvin Jack says, what is your favourite Christmas movie? Ooh, I love this film called Grounded from like 2006. It's about a bunch of kids who are at an airport and they need to get somewhere. It's really silly, really of its time in the mid-2000s, but I love it. Least favourite Christmas song? Ooh, that is a tough one. Probably Mistletoe and Wine by Cliff Richard. I just think it just drags, man. Drags on and on. An opinion of the new ABBA album. Yeah, Voyage. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed a lot of the tracks on there. I think a lot of us were expecting there to be like instant classic bangers in the vein of like Dancing Queen and Mamma Mia. There aren't necessarily as much of those, but yeah, the album as a whole I quite enjoyed. No Doubt About It is a good song. I don't think it's a single yet, but I hope it is. Joey Clark says, which wrestling promotion do you prefer, WWE or AEW? I'm not really a wrestling guy. WWE is the only one I know by name, so I guess I'll go with that one. And have you seen Zack Snyder's Justice League? Yes, I watched it with 3 of my close friends. We huddled around for 4 hours, and it was a waste of money. I'd not seen the original Justice League, and I'd been led to believe this was the superior version. Did it need to be 4 hours? No. Did it need to be in 4:3? That's debatable. I don't know, I didn't really enjoy it that much. And if you had to bring back, import, or create one lottery game show, what would it be and why? I always used to love In It to Win It, which was hosted by, was it Dale Winton, bless him, who's sadly no longer with us. But yeah, In It to Win It was a favourite of mine. Kyle Wright says, what albums do you think now should release in 2022? Good question. I think they should expand into themes they haven't done before. I think they've reached a point where they can really experiment with new themes rather than retreading old ones all the time. And have you ever watched Bob's Burgers? If so, what do you think? For you can't stand it, you think it's terrible. I'm aware of Bob's Burgers, but I've never really watched it. I've had a few people recommend it, so maybe I need to finally check it out. And did you hear that the Smiler roller coaster at Alton Towers crashed on the 2nd of June 2015 and injured 16 people? Yes, I remember that incident very well. I actually, I'd been to Alton Towers that year in April, so only 2 months before that happened. I didn't ride the Smiler, but some of my friends did, so it was quite a shock to me because that realistically could have been them. So, and it's a tragedy what happened there. Ribbleye says, have you ever been to the West Midlands? I'm sure I have. My geography's terrible, but I'm pretty sure I've passed through the West Midlands at some point. Do you have tattoos? I don't really have tattoos. No, I mean, I don't have any tattoos. I'm not against them. I think they suit some people really well, but I just can't envision myself getting one. And do you have a gold tooth? I do have a gold tooth. It's back there somewhere. I won't horrify you with the state of my mouth, but yes, I do have a gold tooth. Because I'm a pirate, you see. Joey says, what got you into watching and liking Doctor Who? I got to give a lot of credit to my dad, who I think we all saw the trailer, the Christopher Eccleston trailer back in the day, and he'd watched it since the 60s, my dad. So he said, oh, you'll like this. I was 9 years old, and he was right, it was a prime age. So if he hadn't recommended it, who knows? Who knows where I'd be now, eh? JTL Productions says, which was your favourite episode of Doctor Who Flux? Well, at the time of recording this, Chapter 6, The Vanquishers, isn't out yet. By the time you guys see this, it probably will be out. But out of the 5 I've seen, probably War of the Sontarans is my favourite so far. And who do you think should play the 14th Doctor? I haven't really had any major thoughts. I kind of just want them to pick, as long as they can act really well. I'm not bothered who they pick. Man, woman, skin colour, race. I'm not bothered. Just someone who's a good actor, because they've all been good actors. And what do you think of my series, The Logo Files? I am aware of your series, The Logo Files. I think you've shared it to me before. I like the work, man. The passion's there. So yeah, keep it going, keep it running, and I'm sure the audience will build. The Kyle John 1 says, what's your favourite wild animal? Ooh, I do like elephants. I do love a good elephant. Very intelligent creatures as well. And have you ever had a VHS tape seize up? Oh God, several times. I always remember I had a copy of the first Toy Story movie from back in the day. That seized up all the time. And have you ever listened to Orinoco Flow by Enya? If so, what do you think? I'm a massive Enya fan, so yes, I've listened to Orinoco Flow. I really like it. I know it gets memed a lot these days, but Orinoco Flow is just a beautiful track. Got to number 1, of course. In fact, a lot of Enya's music is just very beautiful, very calm, very serene. I love it. Mario Bowser says, whoa, 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 the Polar Express is my question. Elaborate. If your question's about the Polar Express, so basically, it's an experience. So you actually get on a train that moves, there's a steam train at the front, and as the train moves, we as the actors reenact key moments from the Polar Express for you. So, we do some of the dances, you get served hot chocolate, the hobo from the roof comes down to pay you a visit, you get to meet Santa. It's great. And another question is, favourite movie of each decade? You could go from the 60s. That's tough, off the top of my head. I mean, the favourite movie I'd say from the 90s would be Terminator 2, because that's my favourite movie of all time. Favourite movie of the noughties? Ooh. Do you know, That might have to be a topic for a video, mate. I'm sorry I couldn't be more help there, but there's just so... Favorite movie of the 80s, actually, I'm going to go with Mannequin, which a lot of people don't remember, but it's goofy, it's cheesy, but a lot of fun. So that's my 80s pick. Aidan Woodhead says, only one question. What's been your favourite Big Finish box set of the year? I would answer that, Aidan, but I'm actually planning, giving you guys a little throw forward, towards the end of December, I'm planning on doing my top 10 Big Finish box sets of 2021, in which, you know, you'll have revealed what my favourite is. So, good question, but the answer will come later this month. YouTube Mix says, have you ever been to Hexham? I can't say I've heard of Hexham, so I'm going to say no. What's that say? Twankies or waffles? I don't know what Twankies is, so I'll go with waffles. And Macbeth or Romeo and Juliet? I like R&J. Prefer R&J, personally. Ben Miller, if you want to pair each Doctor from the revival era of Doctor Who with a monster from the classic era, who would it be? Ooh, that is a nice question, isn't it? That's a spicy one. It'd be funny to see Peter Capaldi against something like the Monoptera or the Zarbi or the War Machines, because he's a big fan of that 60s stuff. Jodie, it'd be great to see Jodie against the Primords. Why not, from Inferno? I'm just thinking out loud. You guys ask good questions, man. Suradox 2001, what's your favourite radio station based on a decade of music? I mainly just listen to like BBC Radio 1 and 2, so I don't really have one based on a decade of music. Although there is an 80s one, isn't there? Can't remember what that is. Absolute or Heart? If you mean the radio, I'm going to go with Heart. And do you listen to classical music? I do on the occasion, if I want to feel a bit calmer or if I'm doing some like intense work. I used to do it a lot at university, listen to classical music. Now that's what I call classical came in handy then. Isaac Sigma says, favourite title sequence, new and classic. Classic, it's got to be the Sylvester McCoy era, and for the new, the Jodie Whittaker one is spicy, but I'm gonna have to give it to David Tennant's. And thoughts on the Feast of Stephen, genuinely your favourite Xmas special, are from the Daleks Master Plan. It's a lot of fun. It's basically a comedy, isn't it? You know, it doesn't really tie into the whole Daleks Master Plan plot at all. But no, I really like Feast of Stephen. Really funny, really charming. Yeah, it's a good one. Wish we had the episode. And what is your favourite Doctor Who Xmas special? Twice Upon a Time. I know a lot of people, there are problems with it, but I really loved it. It was a beautiful send-off for Capaldi, I thought. Stephen Bruce, well, I think first you're trying to say that the Now Presents the 70s vinyl is crazy, that they should have done a CD copy instead of the vinyl. I get where you're coming from, but I guess they want to, this is aimed at the collectors, I think. I don't think they're aiming this at the casual market. There's several Now 70s albums there, so I don't mind it being just on vinyl. You mentioned Now That's What You Call Electronic, be the first now of 2022. So yeah, nice that we're getting one in January, usually a quiet time for now. And they should bring the Forgotten Hit series back, and they need to do that rather than do the same genres again and again. I do agree with you there. I do think they've been running the well on some of the old tried and true genres of the last year. So to expand Go Forgotten Hits or a few different genres would be good. Joe W97 says, what are your thoughts on the recent Pixar film Luca? Oh, gorgeous film. I like how sort of simple the stakes are. It's not like world ending or anything like that. Beautiful story about friendship, about acceptance, about belief. I love it. Gorgeous. And what is your favourite now spin-off of 2021? It's got to be Eurovision, isn't it? I'm a big Eurovision guy, and the fact they even made a Now Eurovision album, the fact it took so long made me very, very happy. Roger Darthwell says, what do you think about BBC Three's return as a TV channel now that it's been confirmed? I'm excited. It's nice to see BBC Three back on the TV. It does sort of make you question why they ever made the move online in the first place back in 2016. I believe it was to save money, so I don't know where the money's come from now to bring it back. But I always preferred it as a TV channel, and back in the day when I was a teenager, it really did appeal to that under 18 or young adult crowd. I'm not sure how much that is true anymore. Current viewers of that age would have to tell, I suppose. But yeah, I'm glad it's back. Which international news channel do you watch the most? I don't really watch international news. The only news I watch, if any, will be the BBC. So yeah, I don't really watch international news, I'm afraid. And is Saturday Singles ever coming back? I'm not sure if it was you or someone else who asked me this before. I did that one video, didn't I, way back in, I think, 2019. Maybe Saturday Singles will come back, because I thought it was quite a fun concept. I just thought I didn't know how much steam would be in it. But yeah, never say never. It might return. Joseph Bayless's Media Funhouse, what a name, says, here's my questions. Have you seen Mickey Mouse Clubhouse? If so, what do you think of it? I think I did catch some episodes when I was really, really young. But I never really thought that much of it, really. I always enjoyed other programmes that were on. What's your all-time favourite and least favourite character from Doctor Who? My all-time favourite? Ooh, blimey. Well, Peter Capaldi's my favourite Doctor. In terms of characters, Kumar from the recent Flux episode is going up there. Or the little Navarino from Delta and the Bannerman, why not? My least favourite, Milo Clancy from Space Pirates. Sorry, man, not for me. And have you seen the 2015 movie Spy with Melissa McCarthy? If you haven't, go watch it. It's awesome. I'm not really a big Melissa McCarthy fan. It's nothing against her as a person. I just don't really, lean into her comedy so much. But I haven't seen Spy, so I'd be willing to give it a chance, but I wouldn't have my expectations too high. Matthew Payton says, what do you think of the BBC One Christmas wrap for this year? Christmas wrap? What do you mean Christmas wrap? If you mean Christmas wrap, if you mean the idents, I think the idents are gorgeous. Covered them on the ident review recently, but I'm not sure what you mean by Christmas wrap. What's your favourite BBC Christmas wrap of all time? Again, if you mean, I'm not quite sure what you mean. If you mean idents, probably some of the stuff from the 80s. And are you looking forward to Christmas this year? I am. I love Christmas every year. It's a great time of year, so highly looking forward to it. Thomas Stevens says, what are your thoughts on Mel, the Doctor's companion Mel? I think when I was younger, I didn't warm to her too much, but as I get older, especially when I've listened to some of her stuff on Big Finish, I think she's a really great companion. Bonnie Langford's fantastic, and I just wish she got more to do when she was on the telly, but Big Finish have helped sort that out, absolutely. And who's your top 3 favourite Doctors? Oh, I mean, Peter Capaldi's my favourite, I think, and then I probably have to go maybe with William Hartnell and then Sylvester McCoy off the top of my head. It changes all the time. Favourite season of Doctor Who, classic and modern included. Classic, it's got to be season 7, the first season of the third Doctor, and for modern, it's series 8, which was Capaldi's first season. Liam Prattley says, have you put all your Christmas decorations up yet? Yes, we're in the process of doing that now. In our household, we're very much a December 1st is Christmas family, but yeah, they're all going up. And what's your favourite Christmas song? Either Last Christmas by Wham or Do They Know It's Christmas by Band-Aid. And do you prefer turkey or ham for Christmas lunch? I'd have to go probably turkey for me personally. Max Jackson says, have you seen It's a Wonderful Life? I have seen it, yeah. I really great film, really classic film, good spirit of the holidays, really holds up well. So I'd recommend it, by the way, if anyone hasn't seen it. Who do you think should play the 14th Doctor? I think I'm not really bothered as long as it's someone who's a good actor. And thoughts on Disney's Raya and the Last Dragon, Encanto, and Pixar's Luca. I've given my thoughts on Luca. Raya and the Last Dragon I thought was a lot of fun. Not their best movie, not the one I was enamoured with the most, but I thought it was fun, it kept me engaged. I'm not the biggest Awkwafina fan, if that's how you pronounce her name. Again, nothing against her as a person, her style of comedy just doesn't necessarily work for me. It was the same in Shang-Chi as well. But yeah, I enjoyed Raya. I haven't seen Encanto yet, though. I think over here at the minute, time of recording, it's just coming out, so I'll have to keep my eyes open for it. The BBC One 2021 logo fan says, what's happening to the ident review? Well, episode 99, which was the BBC One Christmas idents for 2021, that was sort of a surprise one. I didn't intend to make that episode 99, but there you go. I have a big idea for episode 100, but it will take a lot of time, and I can't guarantee when it will be out. It would be good to try and get it out for the ident review, its 4th anniversary, which I think falls in early May. So if I can get it done for then, that'd be good. But yeah, it's a big one. The ident review extra, so what's happening is the ITV network marathon is taking a pause throughout December, and through December instead, you'll be getting the BBC One Christmas idents of the 1990s. And Mitchell says, will you review the BBC Three idents from 2013 to 2021? I might do. I've covered a bit of BBC Three, haven't I? But I haven't done those ones, so possibly that's a contender for the future. And do you have Steam? I used to have Steam on our old family PC, but that thing's so old now it can't really run anything. I had it for Mac for a time, but not many games are really compatible with Mac, so I don't really use Steam, no. And that is all of your questions. Thank you very much for asking them. As always, if you want them answered next week for the second Christmas special, leave your questions down in the comments below, and they'll be answered in next week's Sunday Catch-Up. This has been really fun to do. After like 10 months, it's been great to sort of just sit here and read your questions again and read them out. So yeah, a few more Christmas specials to come. Maybe there'll be a few more special Sunday Catch-Ups going into 2022. You'll just have to wait and see. But thank you for watching. Please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Questions in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Keep your eyes peeled here because we've got lots of content coming every single day of December, the AMT Advent. I've been Adam Martyn from AMTV. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.